Hello, and welcome to Evergreen Chiropractic. My name is Dr. Chris Ruppel, and I want to share with you what you can expect on your first visit here at Evergreen Chiropractic. So as you come in, our staff will greet you, they'll bring you back, and they'll place you in one of the treatment rooms. And then myself or Dr. Brittany will come in, and first we'll gather a brief history with you. We want to understand what brings you in today and how we can help. After we've gathered our history, we'll have you place a gown on, and it opens in the back. Males, if you'd like to not wear a gown, that is your preference, you can just go shirtless. Once we've got the gown on, we'll have you have a seat. We'll take a look at your spine from the back. We're going to feel the skin, feeling for any temperature changes, feeling for any rotations in the spine. And that's just information that we're gathering as we go through that's going to give us a better understanding in how to effectively treat you. Once we've gathered that information, we use what's called a nervous scope. We take that scope and we run it down the spine. We'll start from the base of the skull and go all the way down the entire spine. And what we're looking for is heat readings, not necessarily the temperature of your skin. It doesn't affect the nervous scope if you come in hot out of the sun or if you've got your cooled seats on in your car. It's looking at the deep heat of these nerves that are coming out and going to your heart and your lungs and your spleen and your liver and your muscles and your bones, and these nerves go throughout the entire body. Every single cell in the body has a nerve supply. So chances are what you have going on or what brings you in can be corrected with chiropractic. And that's why we use that nervous scope. We want to make sure that we're cueing in on the areas where that nerve is being irritated and you're not getting the proper nerve supply. So we take that scope down, not necessarily just for the first visit either. Every single time you see me or Dr. Brittany, we will use that nervous scope and we're going to check the health of these nerves every single time. So we'll take that down, and it's got a little needle on it. If the needle swings one way or the other way, that's fine. It's just saying one side's warmer, one side's colder. But what we're looking for as we go down is a quick break or a quick tick. And that means that as we go across, it's picking up on that nerve, that specific nerve. As we come down, it jumps as we jump across that nerve, and it'll jump to the side of the nerve that's irritated. And that's one piece of the puzzle that we use diagnostically as Gonstead Chiropractic practitioners. So once we've scoped you, once we've felt your spine, I'll move you around a little bit, see how the spine's moving, especially at those levels where we had that nerve irritation come up on the scope. Once we've got that information gathered, we'll take you over to our full digital X-ray. We'll take quick X-rays of your entire spine, and I'm going to show you real quick what those X-rays are going to look like. Many of you have probably had X-rays. You've probably even had X-rays from a chiropractor. As Gonstead Chiropractic practitioners, we use very specific X-rays. We take all of these little measurements here, and we look at the spine alignment, and that helps us to give the most specific adjustment possible. But it's not just about the X-ray. You may think, oh, you take the X-ray, you measure it, and you mark it, and you make your adjustment. That's not necessarily true. If you come in for a spinal complaint and it's just something and it just happened, that's a big portion of it. But as Gonstead Chiropractic practitioners, we take everything into account. So I want to look at your history, because there's what's called the Merrick chart. The Merrick chart gives us information of where those nerves, they come off at a certain level of the spine, where they go, and how that would correlate with your history to that level of the spine. So if your history is telling me one thing about your thyroid, and then there's a level in your neck that correlates with the thyroid that's found on the scope, and it's also found on the X-ray, and it also feels stuck, and I could figure out which way it's stuck and it's not moving or subluxated, that's an area that we need to look at addressing and potentially adjusting. So you can see kind of the whole picture as Gonstead practitioners, how we address spinal complaints. So that's a synopsis of the first day that you'll have here in our office. The visits thereafter, you'll come in, we use the scope, we motion the spine, we look at the X-ray that we took on the first day or your follow-up visit. If we take another X-ray, we use the most recent X-ray that you have that's been marked by a Gonstead Chiropractic practitioner or taken here in our office. And again, we use that whole same system to make a very specific adjustment to your spine.